Me playing Star Wars wasn't on the bingo card for 2024, and it's not because I don't like Star Wars. I just don't know anything about it. I know that there's some like weird incest arc somewhere in there, a cryptid with a gun, and then there's Baby Yoda, but we all know who Baby Yoda is, right? However, I'm all for trying new things, and if this helps me expand my horizon on Star Wars, then by all means, I'm about it. I also want to make a little note here that I'm not too far into the game. I just got done turning one of the Pike Syndicate's bases into a firework display, so I may be skipping or missing out on important factors to determine the worth of the game. And from what I've seen, the story alone is like 15 hours long. I ain't got time for all that shit in 1 or 2 days. So what you're getting is what you're gonna get. So after I paid $18 to join Ubisoft Plus for the month and booted the game for the first time,
you can enable some accessibility presets that group common settings related to difficulty.
Shut up. I was actually worried that I would have to watch like a 5-hour long video on the Star Wars lore to even understand the slightest bit of what's going on. And according to the Wikipedia, the events of this actually take place after the destruction of the first Death Star, so I thought I'd have to go back and watch a whole bunch of movies. I didn't have the time for it. However, all of that seemingly melted away because I was immediately taken back by not only how amazing the cinematics looked, but just how beautiful the game looks as well. Seriously, I just can't get over how amazing the game actually looks. In fact, it's a concerning level of quality to the point where I'm looking at my graphics card and I'm hoping that it doesn't turn into a ticking time bomb. I can hear the fans spinning on that damn thing at sonic speeds and it just, oh god, it concerns me. And also the character models look insanely good as well. I saw a comment somewhere, I think on Threads, if anyone still uses that platform, where someone said that the face quality was like low poly or something. I don't understand how. As far as the story goes, we follow in the shoes of Vess, an outlaw whose only concern is becoming rich and leaving a planet she's been stuck on since she was a kid, named Canto Bight. Meanwhile, there's some Ricky Jarvis looking dickhead hellbent on being the only powerful crime boss in the galaxy. In desperation, Kay takes up a job with a crew led by Eleven from Stranger Things, who plans to break into Slyro's vault and steal his fortune. Is it Slyro or Slyro? I honestly have no idea. I'm just gonna keep reading. After Kay sits here and battles with some damn droid that just refuses to let her into the vault.
Come back! I know you're in there.
Unexpected item in bagging area.
Grandio chop.
The vault is finally opened. However, the Rebel Alliance do a little bit of trolling here because she actually helped them free their leader, and in an attempt to demand some answers and a livable wage for doing all of this, she's shot by a stun blast and forced to escape on her own. Slyro then believes that Kay is responsible for the breach and does something reasonable. He puts a death mark on her head, as one would. Kay then decides to make the situation even worse and hijack a whole ass spaceship, but unfortunately crash lands it into a planet called Tashara, where she almost gets a bad case of CTE from the P-Plant's father with the help of his wrench. You guys know the P-Plant, right? From Plants vs. Zombies? You guys know, okay? I don't have to explain this to you. From here, you exit the tutorial and you are now in Star Wars Outlaws. The first hour of this game actually left me really impressed, and it made me want to play more right out the jump. So that's what I did. Oh, it was great, guys. It was fantastic. I walked around the first area Waka sends you to. I got scammed. I lost 90% of my money bribing someone. I broke the rules. I got kicked out. I got stalked. And then I did some work. Now, I don't know if we all feel the same way because there are a few out there that think Kay isn't a good lead or a good main character to have in Star Wars Outlaws. But to me, she actually fits the role really well. She's not some weird, awkward, cringy, forced character that Ubisoft put in here for no reason at all. In my eyes, she's just constantly on this path to a better future despite all of her hardships and is willing to do damn near everything to make it happen, much like Christopher Gardner in The Pursuit of Happiness. Plus, she's in my good graces for having this cute little axolotl dog that fetches things for her and can assist her in distracting the guards. I've actually named him Maximilian. His name is actually Nix, but that's a stupid damn name. So chat, say hi to Maximilian. Now, I will say that there are parts of the game where the dialogue is a little bit stupid. Like when you're in the club and you talk to this one guy, you say, hey, your speeder's being fucked with. I'm just gonna roll the clip, okay? It's kind of hilarious.
Hey, so I'm Kay, and you're gonna let me through.
You're not on the list.
Oh, my friend Preben put me on the list.
Preben should have paid more.
Hey, you know anybody who owns a T-85?
Yeah, that's my ride.
Nice speeder. Some scrub rats are outside trying to jack it.
What? Get out of my way. No one scraps my Jobin. I just got it modded.
What a fucking idiot. If people want to harp on the writing on that aspect for it being really cheesy or whatever, then I understand. But most of the writing in the game is actually really well thought out. Anyways, after doing some missions and taking a break, I wanted to know if there was an easier way to make some money, because sure, you can take some loot and sell it, you can also complete some quests, but outside of that, there's not much you can do to earn some money. And then I found out about Sabacc. Yeah, the horse races were cool, but I'm a little too competitive for those in my opinion, and I honestly don't know how to place bets against odds, so fuck it, that mode's not getting played. But Sabacc is basically mixing poker and blackjack into one game. Like, the whole idea of the game is to get a pair, but have that pair get as close to zero as possible. There's imposter cards that allow you to roll a pair of dice and then let you choose which number on the dice is assigned to the imposter card. You can also use shift cards that essentially act as modifiers. You can cheat, you can use max to peek at other people's cards. The game is actually really dope. I sat down and played it for the first time, and the first couple of rounds, I was in a real crisis, okay? I actually had completely forgotten how to play the damn game entirely. And just when I thought I was about to go broke on my very first game, that creator's luck was on my side.
Psylop Sabacc. That one's mine.
Yeah, get fucked. Get pissed on. Yeah, take this Sabacc and shove it up your culo, you stupid looking bitch. Sorry, that was mean of me to say.
Hand him over.
Get out of here, you stupid looking fuck. First game, first dub. Let's go. I'm out of here. Fuck all y'all. Overall, I was enjoying the game for what it was, and I didn't have a lot of complaints about it at the time. I legit felt like I was missing something, like I had speed ran past the part that was supposed to piss me off. The stealth aspect of the game feels pretty solid, not perfect by any means, but still really well built. The gunplay is polished. The fact that you have the equivalent of Deadeye in this game is actually sick as fuck. And again, the environments you're in and the parts of the map you get to explore are beautifully constructed and capture that Star Wars atmosphere really well. Using Maximilian as a tool to do things from distracting the guards to attacking them to even fetching items and doing other stuff, this has been the most enjoyable Star Wars game that I've played personally since LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. However, there are a few things I don't want to talk about, because even as someone as me who is brand new to Star Wars has noticed a couple things that don't make a whole lot of damn sense. First off, let's talk about the load times, okay? Because they are pretty goddamn long and they're pretty bad when you boot the game. I swear, it felt like the industry learned very little to nothing from games like Anthem that would have you waiting a long time for each load screen. And there's so many that there tended to be more time spent loading bullshit than actually playing the game. Hopefully Ubisoft comes out with some sort of update to help remedy the situation. Maybe there needs to be a little bit more of optimization. I don't know what it could be, but goddamn, these load screens are just insane. Next, the game pretty much insists that you have ray tracing enabled. I don't even know if there's a way to turn it off, even if you wanted to. Thankfully, I have a 6800 XT so we can handle it, but me telling y'all about how scared I was that this shit was gonna blow up, I'm actually being kind of for real about that. I'm on the fence of there's no reason for this game to be a power hog, and there's a reason this game uses more resources than a country looking for oil. Now, I run everything at about 1440p and 165 hertz. There's some hiccups here and there, but it's been smooth sailing about 90% of the time. However, there are people that will argue that Cyberpunk can look infinitely better without using as many resources. And guys, honestly, I have no fucking idea. Okay, I haven't played that game either. And I wanted to see if this was maybe just a graphical thing, so I temporarily set my graphics to medium and I was still pulling about 500 watts of power. That pretty much told me that the settings did about as much as a life support machine during a power outage. And even then, there will still be some weird artifacting from time to time. Another thing that I want to harp on Ubisoft for is the fact that you're an outlaw, right? You're doing crime. What is stopping me from pulling out my blaster and mowing down the entire cantina? I can understand why Ubisoft didn't want to go fully hardcore on what we were able to do. You know, we don't want to recreate No Russian from Modern Warfare 2. But if I could have gone back and shot the son of a bitch that scammed me when I first visited the cantina, I would have felt a lot better. And speaking of shooting things, You mean to tell me my character can't carry more than that dinky little Nerf gun? If I've been told correctly, this is your only gun for the entire game and the only thing you can do is upgrade it. Not gonna lie, that's kind of dumb. I mean, there's little to no reason why I can't grab one of the blasters on the ground, sling that big bitch on my back, and use it when fighting the different factions. I got so excited when I was able to pick up a different gun that wasn't my blaster, but then I felt immediately disappointed when I tried to climb a ladder and the thing just fucking dropped. And the final thing that I'll add on here is that the movement in this can feel a bit clunky from time to time. It may not show on the recording, but most of the time you have to be pretty spot on with how you do things in the game. I would say that if you're a gnat's pube off where you're supposed to be when you hit the button, or you move your camera in a certain angle, it's just not going to show the prompt at all. I would say the biggest amount of jank I've experienced would come from riding the speeder. That's the biggest piece of shit, and it is a nightmare to handle, and it feels way too weightless. But yeah, for me knowing piss all about Star Wars, I'm actually having a lot of fun with the game so far, which is surprising considering more than half the people who played this game have trashed it horribly. Maybe they were talking about the early release version of the game, maybe they're talking about a part that I haven't gotten to yet. If I would have played that early version of the game, this would have been an entirely different video. Okay, that I can promise you. But would I recommend you drop $75 on it right now? That's kind of up to you. Like I said earlier, I spent the $18 for a month of Ubisoft Plus because I didn't want to give Ubisoft money and then have to do a verbal Extreme Rules match and emails trying to get my money back. I would say if you're like me, you're new to Star Wars, you like the concept of an open world, story-driven, narrative-based game, but you don't know if you'd like this one, just wait for the game to go on sale, or just get a pre-owned copy from your local game shop and go from there. But now I turn the mic to you. Let me know down below what you think about Star Wars Outlaws and what you guys want to see next on the channel. Either it be a cult classic, an absolute stinker, or something about to come out. Put in the comments down below what you guys want to see next. I'm actually looking forward to Space Marine 2. I'm not gonna lie, the game's looking good. And while you're down there, be sure to smack that like button and sneak that sub button also YouTube can show you my content free of charge. And while I show the members of the channel on the screen, I want to give a personal message to you all, okay? This has been the craziest 5 days I've ever had as a content creator. A lot of us go through these stages in our time on YouTube where we don't think we're funny enough, we don't think we're as entertaining, and that can bear on us, right? But seeing so many people show up to the Dustborn video and leave comments saying how much they appreciated the script writing, they love the jokes, they love how I delivered it. It means a lot. It really does. In the back of my head for the past 5 days, I've been trying to figure out what I would say when that moment came when I would have a video that done so well, it just trajectory shot my fucking channel into deep space. And I'm sitting here now and I don't know what else I can say except thank you. You know, the video is on track to hitting 250,000 views. I've gained like 3,000 subs in the past couple days. I'm getting more channel members. I'm seeing more people come in. I'm seeing the support. I'm seeing the love, and you guys are just killing it. So seriously, from the bottom of my heart, as a creator, as a person, thank you so much for giving my content the light of day. And I hope this video met your expectations, and I hope all my future content does as well. This is Sir Blackout signing off to tell the Hutt Cartel, Jabba puede besarme el culo, which means, tell Jabba I said he's looking thin this time of year. Later.